Ladies and gentlemen, Side Strafe back with some more World of Tanks, except tonight we're actually on the public test server. So as you can see, the lighting engine is a little bit different here. Things seem a bit brighter, taking account the effects of the sun, and of course we do have physics, as you can see there. And that in itself is a complete game changer. To have that is just insane. I mean, people are going to have to rethink their tactics, relearn maps. You know, there's new routes and whatnot. It's just going to be nuts, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Hopefully, it's not going to annoy us in any way, but I'm sure there will be certain things, especially in regards to friendly units bumping into you and whatnot, ramming you perhaps. I could see that being problematic, but anyway, we are in the Type 62 to perhaps help better demonstrate some of the physics. You can see that the tank is bouncing around a bit more, and especially just in dealing with hills, less chance of getting stuck on stupid bits of terrain. Ramming into things is going to affect your movement speed and stability. Bad shot on that Chaffee there. And all my settings aren't up and running here. As you can see, recoil's in full swing at the moment. There's a nice hit. And let's see if we can get another one. Come on. Ah. Oh, where's he going? Do we have eyes on that from here? Nope. Oh, almost. But we got to remember, I am in a light tank. Oh, shoot. Alright, let's drive on. Oh, crap. Yes! Managed to take him out. Head into cover. Be careful. What do we got here? Is that Chaffee? Shot in, but I don't think I got any damage on that. Where did he go? Alright. You can also hear that the gun sound effects seem to be tweaked. We've also got some different tank movement sounds in terms of how the tracks are, and perhaps some differences in the engine, but kind of similar. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it. Nothing jaw-dropping. The engine sound effects in this game have always been terrible, and they're still kind of crap. Real tanks sound amazing. If you ever look up tanks, or if you've ever been around a real piece of armor, they sound phenomenal in reality. But in this game, they've just never gotten it right. In fact, the one thing that this game has always just failed at is sound effects. The original gun sounds, when the game first came out, were just hideous. Is that guy looking at me? How did I miss that? Well, I didn't miss that, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to use this guy as a shield. Maybe do a little bit more blind fire. Well, we're just going to sit here and cap, so. They've got 3 left. We've got 4, but we've got their base. And nobody's coming to defend it. Too late. And that's that. Sort of. Alright. This is new as well. I really love this feature. This victory screen, or defeat screen, I suppose. Battle results. In general, as you can see, you've got what you've earned. Keep in mind, public test server, all this stuff is getting multiplied. You can see your battle efficiency and highlight. You detected this enemy vehicle. You destroyed. And damage shows how much damage you've done. Team score as well. You can show by kills and how much health you have left. Detailed reporting as well, showing damage done and whatnot. But it's cool because you can actually click on somebody else and see how much damage they did. And this is something I've always wanted. I've always complained about it because in games, let's face it, kill steals happen every day. Let's say you drop somebody by 90%. Somebody comes into the last 10% and grabs the kill. On paper, it says, oh, that guy got a kill, but you didn't. And then people, you know, they laugh at you. It's like, oh, you didn't do anything, you suck. But in reality, now you can actually say, oh, that guy actually did do something. He did the bulk of the damage. He just didn't get credit for the kill. So, you know, it's nice to have that. It shows pretty much everything that they've done. You know, credit where credit is due now. And I think that is awesome. A lot more statistics here. This stuff should have been in a long time ago, but I'm glad to finally see it. Totally cool. But the other nice thing I noticed is they actually added a real British tank. And there are Brit tanks in the game, but they're all Lend-Lease, which means during World War II and whatnot, the British and the Americans, they would let other nations borrow tanks, or they would basically lease tanks to other countries like Russia and whatnot. So obviously that's why you have, you know, the Churchill, which is a British tank, but it's under control of, you know, the Russians in this game. But in here, they've added a real British tank. Now, it's a premium, and in the test server, they give you a bunch of free gold just to play around with. Obviously, you know, once the test is over, it gets all wiped and everything, so it's just to test things out. But we have the Matilda Black Prince, and this is a Tier 5 medium premium tank. And I'd love to use it. However, it's about 10:58 p.m. For me, and on the public test server, there aren't as many people playing the game. And it's really hard to get into certain tiers or with certain classes of armor. So I just haven't had much luck in terms of getting queued up with this piece of armor. I suppose I might manage to squeeze it into another video. I don't know, but I've tried, I don't know, I want to say 5 or 6 times in the last hour to try to get this guy into battle just to see what it's like. It has a 6-pounder gun comparable to the Churchill. It's like maybe a couple seconds or a couple milliseconds slower in terms of fire rate, but I'm guessing it's about the same for the most part. But maximum time to get into this is about 2 minutes, so I don't really think this is going to happen. If you don't usually get in within the first minute, it's a bit rough. But you can see that most people are trying to play Tier 10 because that's usually what the test servers are open for. A lot of people just want to try out the heavy tanks that they can never get to normally, which is kind of dumb because I think some of the heaviest tanks really don't see the benefits of the physics, and I just want to actually test out the physics. So I think the best for that would be, yeah, this isn't working, would be probably mediums and lights. We could try going in with the Chaffee maybe. Although, of course, this guy's not upgraded all the way. But we'll go in with him. Maybe, once again, just to try out another light and see the physics in motion. Because they are affected the most. Because, you know, if you turn too fast, if you're going full speed, or you hit a bump, you're going to notice it. You'll be airborne for a little bit at some point. You can get, you know, pushed around by the heavier vehicles. So it can be pretty crazy with the lights. And again, all right, here we go. Sand River. And this is a full game. Arty Party. Definitely. All right. So once again, you can see the new lighting engine taking effect. Things are a bit brighter. You get more of a feel for the actual sunlight in this level. You can kind of feel the heat. But I still think they need to work on certain ambience a little bit better, a little bit more, excuse me, with just some of the extra sound effects. They've been working on it, but they just need a new sound department. I'm sorry, but in this day and age, to be this rough around the edges. Now, of course, you can get mods. I've had some sound mods in the past, but they can get kind of finicky, and sometimes they'll break with new patches and things like that, so you want to be careful. But again, I'm not going to try to take this too seriously. I'd like to mess around with the physics a bit. I'm trying to see if they've added if they've animated the suspension, but they really haven't. But you see how my tank is going airborne a little bit there. And again, this is nothing new. People have been playing around with the physics for a while. I haven't really, mostly because these are Russian servers and the ping is terrible. As you can see, I've got like a 250, 260. And in games where there's driving, it can be quite problematic. But as you can see here, we can take this bad boy, go to places that might typically be considered death traps. Of course, if you take a horrible fall, you can damage a track or even kill yourself if you fall from a great height. But, you know, see, like, we can't climb that. That's fine. But we can kind of back up into here and not really get stuck. Obviously, in the other version of the game, getting stuck was a big problem. And so that's going to happen a lot less. So let's see, there's a piece of artillery right there. There was a piece of artillery right there. But as you can see there, just damaged the track. And I could use the repair kit, but honestly, since I'm not in great danger, I'm not going to waste it. I like to only use them when I'm in immediate danger or something like that. So it is kind of fun just being able to climb over things and go down hills and whatnot. Kupla shot. Oh, can we get him in the undercarriage? Not exactly. Might have to switch to HE. Oh, I don't have the angle. At this point, I can only really annoy that guy. Not a whole lot going on. Alright. Because the one thing that was always hilarious about this game, as you can see, there's a water damage indicator if you go too deep, is that this is called World of Tanks, but the tanks couldn't handle like real tanks. Uh-oh. Oh, Chaffee on Chaffee. So this should be interesting. I think he does have the 76mm, so he can outgun me, or the upgraded 76. Whoop, go back down. Aw. He does have the faster firing gun, and I do believe the penetration value is a bit more, if not a lot more, on that 76. But he's also got the upgraded turret, so it might give him a bit more in terms of hit points or maybe even armor. Not 100% on that. So I don't know if any of these guys are doing anything interesting or worthwhile. He's got a shot out. 401 damage. I have to say, I'm just really happy with a lot of the improvements, though. I mean, I've never seen a game get so much attention in terms of aesthetic, detail, new content, features. I'm really just quite impressed. Still, man, I just wish they would beef the individual engine sound effects. I heard that they were gonna revamp the whole sound engine eventually so that there would be the ability to add individual engine sounds per tank instead of per class. But I don't know. They've obviously made some changes, but I just don't see a whole lot happening. So this guy's found his way up here. And that's the thing, too, is you can get to new elevated positions that you couldn't before. I mean, these guys, I don't think you could get up here before. I'm not sure. Well, maybe. No, I don't know. And there's new areas, so this might actually be a new area. Because I know they said in one of their videos that they added new paths and routes and things to the maps. So they've had their work cut out for them. There's my carcass. This guy's got a guy right around that building. What is going on? Oh, he's down there. 3 more to go. Have they found the mouse? Oh, as you can see, that guy flew. And that's the problem. You can't do that. You cannot go full speed and hit a ramp. You will bust. As in this guy, I think he busted both tracks. And in some cases, yeah, if you fly off a mountain, you'll explode. So you also have to watch out for heavy tanks trying to push you over hills and whatnot. So this should be funny. This should be interesting. He's coming right behind him. There's the physics at play. Although he is bouncing on him, so it's kind of pointless, I suppose. He's just scratching him. Couple of hits there. Some new ricochet sound effects, it sounds like. Or bounce sound effects, I should say. Boom. Nice. One left, the mouse. Where's he at? This could be interesting with physics. We'll have to wait to see if somebody finds him. This guy's flying around, so we'll see if he breaks something. See if he goes air. No. All right. Oh, by the SPGs. Oh, I gotta see this. What's gonna happen? He's 100%. He's either gonna take. He's either gonna take 2 pieces of artillery with him. The other guy could possibly come from that top point right there. Does he have a shot? I don't think so. See, they're having trouble getting an angle on him. Everybody's going to converge on the mouse. They're like, screw the capture point. Let's get him. He's disappeared, though, right now. These guys are retreating. They don't even want to deal with it because that thing's got way too much health. All right, he's lit. He's trying to come uphill. Got these guys just running up on him, trying to switch. This guy's not having too much luck. My carcass is still burning. And oh, still just chilling. We've lost them again. They're just backing out. Oh, shot out. Looks like it just went past him. Uh-oh. Did he get stuck? He may have gotten... No. Stuck enough. Alright, he's got it. That piece of artillery has a shot incoming. Wow. Only, like, nothing. It said -8, but I don't know that it even really registered. Good way to get a camera angle here. Let's take away our UI. Kind of just watch the fireworks. Alright, so we're going to have to switch up here. These guys are just running in. I don't know that they have... Well, they're just trying to get the firepower up to this thing at this point. Oh, 5... That, yeah, that hurt. That was a nice direct hit with artillery. Oh, he's down, though. You're going to go around him, buddy. Are you really just going to try to shoot at its front? Go around him. I mean, I'm not sure why. Here's a guy coming up on the 6. He flew in. There we go. It's over for the mouse. And there we go. All right. Well, that's that. No fancy physics tactics there, but as you can see, the hills just played a big role in that. The way the artillery managed to bring themselves up on top of the hill, and then how they kind of backed up. One of them got a little stuck. You know, the mouse was able to drive its way up and, you know, take some people with them. So, again, we can even look at, you know, the team score here. And I guess you can even do it by tank classes and whatnot. So we could look at this guy. We could look at his stats. All the damage he did. Hits received, 11. So he was their MVP. In fact, yeah, between him and a couple of other guys. I really didn't do a whole lot. But, again, just goofing around with a light tank. Again, not taking this too seriously. Just kind of showing off some of the physics stuff and whatnot. But I think that is going to be it for now. Calling this one a bit short, but again, it is just to kind of show off a little bit more of the physics for those of you who aren't doing the public test. It's free for everybody to enter. Just go to worldoftanks.com and download the public test client. It will allow you to install the 8.0 version separately, and you can jump in and, you know, you get some gold to play around with, and you can, you know, try to rank up tanks that before you might not be able to, just to see how they are. It's a good opportunity, and it's fun to mess around with the test mechanics. But I definitely want to try to get some footage of this Matilda Black Prince, so hopefully one day I'll have something before it goes live, but eventually we'll see if it's a good tank or not. Looks like that's the turret from the Cromwell, so kind of interesting mix there. Anyways, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.